Hey, welcome into episode 4, kicking off with me, Kevin Egan. Folks, I'm overwhelmed by all the love. Thank you so much to those of you that have hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform, left a comment, or even told a friend. It goes so far, so thank you so much for all the love. This week's guest, wow, what a gem of a fella. He's someone who stood in front of Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, and Mike Tyson, made fun of them, and managed to make them laugh. A major football fan that's going to make you laugh here today. I promise you that much. We're kicking off with Impressionist Foran. Welcome into the Football Phone-In Show. The Premier League season has come and gone. Liverpool, champions for the first time in 30 years. And our phone line is bouncing with you guys at home, eager to have your say. Our producer says the first call is ready to go. So let's head to, yes, it's Manchester. Ole on the phone. Ole, have your say.
Of course, we're absolutely delighted, over the moon. I think a lot of critics were saying that I wasn't going to finish in the top 4. Managed to do it, finished 3rd. The lads have been fantastic. The team have been unbelievable. Bringing in Bruno made a difference, and we're absolutely over the moon. I'm so happy.
You've got to try and win it next year, then. I would assume Man United, yeah?
Of course. I mean, that's the aim. We want to bring in a couple of players that suit the system, not players that are quick fix that Jose and Louis did. No offense to them. So players that fit the system and are there for the long term. Absolutely.
Ole, excuse me, sorry, we have to let you go. Our callers are here lining up, ready to get in, and there's someone who has something to say about what you just said, and that's Jurgen in Liverpool. Jurgen, welcome.
For sure, absolutely. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, for sure. It's been a crazy few weeks. Yeah, we've gone on the piss several times. Yeah, and of course we went on the piss after I think it was Wednesday night at the Chelsea game, and then we go to Newcastle and beat them 3-1. It just shows you how good we are. Even hungover, we win games except for Man City away. But it's all good. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Can you do it again next year?
Oh, 100%. Yes. It's all about consistency, and that is the key to good teams. And yeah, for sure. Do believe that we can do it. Yeah.
And this is Jurgen Klopp calling in. How have you managed not to hug anybody right now?
Oh, for sure. It's hard. Believe me, I want to jump through the screen, and give you a big hug right now, Kevin. You couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Thanks very much for the call. Jurgen Klopp calling in from Liverpool. To North London we go. We've got Jose on the line.
I think I think I've never been happier. The celebrations after drawing against Crystal Palace, I think the greatest celebrations of my life. I think, and it topped the Inter final in 2010. It topped Porto 2004, Chelsea 2005, Chelsea 2006, and Chelsea 2015. I was so happy. We are in Europa League. I think it's amazing. It's incredible.
Clearly the best squad you've ever had as well, right?
I think so. They get it. They know exactly what to do.
I have to cut you off because we've got a guy who's very disgruntled right now calling in from Holland, I believe. Louis, are you there?
I have to say what the Norwegian boy said about the players and bringing in players that are a quick fix. Well, excuse my language, but he's full of bullshit, because I bring in a certain French player when he was 19 years old, the 50 million down the drain on Anthony Martial. I don't get any thanks for that. I don't get any thanks for calling up Marcus Rashford either. So I think he'd want to watch what he says, absolutely, and show some respect to men who win Champions League with a team average age 23 in 1995. So I resume and have my red wine now. That's all I have to say about that.
Louis, there's a man calling in here that needs to get on the airwaves very quickly indeed. He disagrees with what you have to say. Rio, are you there, Rio?
Listen, Louis, fantastic manager, unbelievable. Did a fantastic job at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Ajax, managing Holland as well. But when he came to United, he just didn't get it. You know what I mean? He didn't get the system. You know, he brought up the players, that was it. But his football was boring. You know what I mean? It was absolutely terrible. So listen, I said that Ole was at the wheel after the PSG game, and he's firmly behind it right now. Let me tell you, I'm in top 4, finishing third, ahead of Chelsea. Unbelievable, Kev. I'm delighted.
You didn't see that coming, did you, Rio?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I was nervous.
Hey, off you go, Rio. Next up on the line, we've got a lad in Salford. Gary, you're live.
100%, absolutely delighted. I mean, Solskjaer's done an incredible job. I mean, missing Pogba for a large part of the season, bringing in Bruno Fernandes, absolutely magnificent signing. Harry Maguire's had some trouble here, but he's been a solid signing as well. And Wan-Bissaka, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's great. It's great to see Manchester United back in the Champions League next year. I mean, I'll be watching it thoroughly. I look forward to it.
You know what? It's so nice having all these positive calls coming in. I really hope we can continue with this form. We go to Ireland for the first time this evening. We've got Roy standing by.
You know, listen, it was good watching the games yesterday with Micah Richards. You know, he seems like a nice lad, you know, as well. But listen, you know, I've seen the Aston Villa celebrations after the game. What are you trying that for? You know, I mean, listen, if you survive in the Premier League, you get on with it. You know what I mean? It's more of a relief. It's more of a phew. You know what I mean? You know when you go phew, you know, wipe the sweat off your forehead. Get on with it next year. You know, listen, absolutely disgraceful. Celebrating like they won a cup, like they won the European Cup in the dressing room. No, listen, can't have that. Can't have that. If that's the mentality with football, if that's the mentality of the game, no, it's absolutely doomed.
If we ask you a question here, Roy, Manchester United, there's question marks about the goalkeeper. Any thoughts there?
No, listen, he's rubbish. Absolutely, I'm sick and tired of talking about this fella. You know what I mean? They're saying he's this and that. You know, listen, I know he equaled Schmeichel's record for clean sheets yesterday, but listen, he's rubbish. You know, plenty of chance. I think he fumbled the ball yesterday as well. You know, I mean, listen, move him on. You know,
all right.
He's stealing a living at 350 grand a week.
You know who makes a lot more than that?
Do you reckon he can get out of that?
Our next caller says he's going to burst me if I don't let him on very, very quickly. He's been showing videos all over his social media recently. Maybe he wants to try and go pro. We're going to Dublin. Connor, welcome in.
What's up? How are you, sir? Very happy. Not many people know that I support Man United. You know what I mean? So I am very happy for Ole. I'm very happy with the job he has done so far. So congratulations to Ole and the squad. 100%. I'm very happy, mate.
Here,
very
Connor,
happy.
you saw Usain Bolt went professional. He played a bit of football. Is it something you'd like to do?
Listen, not a bad finish on me, do you know what I mean? Not a bad finish at all. Mason Greenwood, watch out, kid. No, look, sometimes I like, do you know what I mean? I like it. I like, you know, playing a bit of ball. Do you know what I mean? On the volley, you know, red arse. You know what that is. The Americans don't know what red arse is, but it is a very good game. A very stressful game. But you know what I mean? I flourish under stress. I was never red-assed when we played it. So. And
if you were to make your debut for Manchester United, how quickly would you score? How quickly would you finish?
Oh, listen, off that blocks me. Van Persie-esque impact. That would be me. Except I'd score. I think he scored 30 in his first season. I'd score about maybe 50 goals. 100%. I'm that good. You see me finishing. Do you know what I mean? It was very good. My finishing was spot on.
Great to hear from you there, Connor. I believe we're going across to the United States with the next call to Washington, and Donald standing by. Donald, welcome.
Well, you know what? It's great to be here. Thank you very much. It's really wonderful, and you know, watch it with the soccer. It's a very popular sport. It really is, and we firmly believe that the MLS is going to be one of the greatest leagues ever. It's, you know, I think we've got a year or two. We're going to catch up with those guys over in Britain, so they better watch out. You know, the Premier League, they better watch out, because the MLS is going to attract some amazing players. Believe me, it's going to be fantastic. I look forward to it. It really is. I mean, listen, imagine Rob Gronkowski playing on the wing for the New York Red Bulls. Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? That'd be incredible. I mean, a lot of people will want to watch that.
You've been a huge fan of the game for so long, haven't you, Donald?
I'm a massive fan of the game. Really, really a big fan. You know, lots of great teams out there. Lots of wonderful teams. The Manchester Unity qualifying for the Champions League. They're wonderful. You know, great. And Real Mallorca as well, winning the league. That was fantastic. I'm very happy for them too. So it's great.
Lovely to hear from you, Donald. We're sticking with the US here. We've got a call from Texas, though, and it's coming in. I believe it's the new owner of Austin FC, Matthew McConaughey. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. That's right. Just want to get on. That's it. Just get on with what's happening at the moment. It's great. I mean, we're just moving forward with Austin FC, bringing in some of the best players the world's had to offer. I mean, I think a lot of people were telling me that Charlotte are moving to 2022. We just want to get straight off the tracks. That's it. Just go straight in there. Take the plunge. See how we do. It's going to be incredible. Austin FC, best team in the MLS, best team the world's going to see. We're going to win the Champions League. Believe me when I say that. We can sign up for that competition, can't we?
And hey, Matthew, you could easily go into that dressing room, right, and get them all going.
Of course.
A little bit of pre-match ritual.
You just got to get them going. Just get the heart pulsing. You know what I mean? Just let them go out there, play the best soccer they can play. That's it. Score the goals and keep those clean sheets. That's right.
Hey, I wish you well. Congratulations on the new franchise in MLS. Matthew McConaughey, brilliant to hear from you on the show here. We're getting another call, also from America. This time we're going out to Los Angeles. Kim, is that you?
Yeah. I do believe that I have enough money to maybe start up a soccer club. Now, I know there's two in LA, the Galaxy and FC. Am I correct in saying
That's correct.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, like maybe Vegas, because it's pretty close, or San Diego, if they got one.
Not yet.
Well, I'm a billionaire, so I can do whatever I please with my money.
Get Kanye in on it as well, maybe?
Yeah. Kanye be amazing, incredible.
And would you like to coach the team as well?
Yeah, I would. I'd be a great coach because I'm so inspirational.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would love it. Yeah. We might get Caitlin involved too. I could do Caitlin as well.
Yeah, bring in Caitlin, please.
Yeah,
Welcome.
that's it. I think Kim will do a fantastic job. She's amazing. She's incredible. Wow.
You know who you should bring in?
Olympic gold medalist. That's who I am. So I think Kim would do a wonderful job. I'd be so happy for her.
You know what?
Owning, yeah.
If anyone gives you issues, my suggestion would be to maybe give Joe Pesci a call.
Let me tell you, of course she's going to give me a call. I mean, there's going to be issues. There's going to be issues about, dealing with other clubs with transfers. You know what these clubs are like. Give me more money. Give me more money. No. You're not getting. It's like the situation with Aston Villa at the minute. What do they want? 80 million for Jack Grealish. Can I swear in this podcast? Am I allowed to do that?
You could do the Irish version. How about that?
Get the fuck out of here. Then we'll do it. Get the fuck out of here. That's all I say to you. What are you crazy? What's the matter with you? 80 million for Jack Grealish. 80 million. What the fuck
Joe,
are they? What planet are they on?
Joe, calm down. Listen, sometimes, Joe, you just need to bring in Robert, your old buddy Bobby, just to calm you down.
He's got to do that. He's got to calm down. I don't know how many years I've been telling this guy to calm down and just take it easy. I don't know. It's bad.
Hey, Bobby, I love you. I also love Al Foran. Al, I want to talk to you for a moment here. You are such a gem. That is top class. Al Foran, Impressionist. I can't get enough of it right now. So talk to me about your career for a moment, if you would, because we go back to the summer of, was it 13? I think it was
2013.
2013, yeah. And we were at a few rooftop parties together, and
yeah,
I remember you were persistent. You just kept going over to people and chatting. And next thing you'd whip out Robert De Niro or Pesci again, and you just never gave up, Al.
Yeah.
And now you're selling out places, and you're all over the place. You're talking in front of Floyd Mayweather on stage, being Conor McGregor. It's been a whirlwind for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been crazy since then. Since that particular year as well. But it all started in 2010. It started 10 years ago. I did my first gig in the Portmarnock Sports and Leisure Centre. You probably know that place, not far from where you are. And I did it in front of 150 people, all my mates all
man, that's even worse,
neighbors,
isn't
family, you know. And I remember I had 25 minutes of material, and I did that. And then for the remaining hour, I just improv the whole show. I just started taking off people in the crowd, and
Yeah, you're a natural at that, and I reckon a guy like Joe Pesci is easier in a crowd scenario, right? Because you can kind of buzz
yeah,
off people.
and Eddie Murphy as well.
Give us a bit of Eddie there. Go on.
Yeah, man, you would believe that, man. When you do it in front of the crowd, man, you get the people going. They don't be laughing, man. They love all that. They laugh that up.
How long?
They love it.
How long does it take you to perfect someone like that? So, because I get McGregor, you're from Dublin, you can pull off the McGregor accent probably easier than maybe, let's say, a Jurgen Klopp or an Eddie Murphy. Like, how long do you spend studying each character?
It varies. There's never a, a set time where you nail the character down. You could nail someone down, I'd say, in half an hour sometimes. Or it could be on the other end. It could be about 2 weeks before you actually nail that impression. It's a strange L.
Who's the toughest so far?
Oh, Klopp.
Really?
So tough. Still tough.
Yeah.
Still tough to this day.
What makes him tough?
His quick facial expressions.
Yeah.
Because he talks with his expressions. Like he heavily depends on his expressions when he's speaking, so that is kind of tough. And then the accent as well, of course, can be that can be a little bit of a barrier, but you get over it,
Yeah, I mentioned you being persistent. I heard a story, and tell me if this is true, that you went to a theatre in Ireland at the premiere of a movie involving Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. And now I think your Mark Wahlberg is special.
That wasn't me. That was persistent. That was my my better half.
Yeah,
the persistent one. Yeah, she screamed at Mark Wahlberg. I said, "This guy does an impression of you." And I remember Mark Wahlberg. Oh, really? All right, okay. Come on, let's do it. He got his phone out and I'm like, "Go on, do the impression for me. Go on." Like I was just like, "Oh my god, what the." And I think I botched the impression, but it was crazy, like, because she got it on camera,
that for me is frightening, because here's the thing: what you do and what footballers do in a far lesser extent, like, people are looking for mistakes in what you do. They're looking for just one little tiny mistake to comment in a negative way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the impression, it's never going to be 100% matched, you know what I mean? It's not going to be, it's never going to be that way. But if you get it to 80-85%, then people are going to lap it up. They're going to forget about that 15% that's inaccurate, you know what I mean? But I always try and kind of blend the caricature of the character and the accuracy of the impression and try and blend that together and create something a bit
because there are certain guys that do it, and I think they over-exaggerate and they do it just for complete, comic relief.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you try and really nail the character themselves, and you don't go too overboard on the. I mean, with Kim a little bit, but it's
of course, we Kim a little bit, and our own Katie Taylor as well. I kind of
love it. Go for it. Go on.
Yeah, well, you just try and get the accuracy in, but you just keep it to a bare minimum as well, and and that's it really. Just looking forward to my next fight, Kevin, and it's going to be absolutely incredible.
Have you met Katie?
No, but she I was in the Olympia pantomime just last Christmas gone, and Simon Delaney was our director, and he managed to get a message from Katie Taylor. She was on because he hosts Ireland AM, and he got a message from her off air, and she sent the message to me. She said, "Hey, are you doing an impression of Al Foran? Best of luck in the panto."
That's exactly how she said it too. Who have you met? You've met Conor. I've seen a photo with you and Conor McGregor. What did he say about your impression?
I mean, Conor said to me on so many occasions, I had to tell him that's not the first time he said that to me. And he kind of go, "Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he?" I remember he said about my impression. He goes, he said the other ones are very good.
the other ones are very good, but the one you do with me is absolutely dreadful. It's dreadful. And then I remember because I met him at the Panto in December, because his sister was also in it in the Panto, and he came on, I think it was Stephen's night with all the family, and he said the exact same thing. I said, "She, you said that to me the last time we met," and it was funny, like, you know.
Few blows to the head from Nate Diaz. You do him pretty well too.
Yeah, that was my first time trying that out. It was just, you know, it's kind of really, you know, just do whatever you gotta do, and your chin's gotta be out, and that's it. I mean, I don't care.
Oh man, does your confidence take a hit at any times if you get negative feedback, which is always going to come in your industry? Do you get battered a little bit sometimes and find it tough, and then you have to lean on maybe your missus to say, "Come on, Al, you're class at what you do. Keep going."
Yeah, Christ, yeah. I mean, that's just so normal. And you're always going to get it. You're always going to get that negative feedback. And truth be told, you'll never kind of become invincible to it. You'll always take notice of it. Well, that's me. I've always tried to kind of ignore it, but sometimes it is hard to ignore. And it does get you down a little bit. But then again, you have to, like, listen, you could be down for an hour, and then an hour later, then realize, Jesus Christ, it's 1%.
Do you know what? That's exactly
99% are telling you this and that. You know, get up off your arse. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. That's the way I kind of do it.
Look at all the YouTube likes and look at all the thumbs down, and the likes always outweigh the negative. Tell me the story, if you can, about Floyd Mayweather. What happened? How did you end up on stage shouting at Floyd Mayweather?
Well, it was a gig in Birmingham, and Floyd was being interviewed.
Me and Floyd, like, yeah, Floyd, you know, my best pal.
Floyd was notoriously late, as usual, because he's always late to these things. And he arrived with his 30-strong entourage. And I was on before him. I was on just before he was to come on, and I did the McGregor impression, I did Mike Tyson, I did a couple of others, and his personal DJ had spotted me doing it and went back to him. His personal DJ, by the way, who he brought to Birmingham. He went backstage to Floyd, and he says, "Is this guy doing a Conor McGregor impression and a Mike Tyson?" And he's doing a lot of impressions out there. And I think Floyd said to him, he goes, at the end of my interview, call that guy up on stage. I want him to be a part of the mini Q&A at the end.
So you had no idea?
I was told an hour before.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was shitting it. Sorry, excuse my language. I was scared. Oh my God! But I was thinking to myself, "Will I do it? Will I not?" It was a real kind of just take the plunge, take the chance, just do it.
And did you hold back at all for fear that he might actually go for you?
No. As soon as I got up on stage, I knew he was kind of relaxed about it. I liked, obviously, the highlight of that video is the Conor McGregor part where I grabbed the mic and say, "Dublin's a 35-minute flight from here, yada yada yada. Let's get this fight, 100 million, all that." Yeah. But what I enjoyed most about the video was doing the Mike Tyson to him, because he lapped that impression up. He loved it. Yeah. He really liked it, and I think they have a little history, him and Mike Tyson.
What did Mike say to him on stage?
I think with something about, you know, me and Floyd, we got history, and, you know, Floyd did me the wrong way a couple of times, but, you know, I was friends with him at one point, and then he was my enemy. I wanted to eat him for breakfast, but, you know, that's just Floyd. Floyd just knows how to piss people off.
Love it, man. And with the news, you obviously new material coming out every single day with these characters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, with Mike coming back in September for an 8-round exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. I like, it'd be rude not to do a video. I put a video up on Twitter there the other day, and it did very well. It did very well. I was delighted with it. But like that, I think you were asking me about like encounters with celebrities. I mean, the scariest encounter I've ever had was Mike Tyson.
Really? Yeah,
Mike Tyson did a gig in Dublin about 2 years ago in the Helix. And I was gigging at it. And I brought my cousin along. My cousin is a huge Mike Tyson fan, like just
the biggest Mike Tyson fan. And we were in the green room, and I was obviously, like the Floyd Mayweather Q&A, I was going on before Mike. And Mike was late. He hadn't arrived yet. So I'm in the green room. I've been told to go in by the promoter. So the green room has M&Ms on the table. It's got Diet Cokes. It's got packets of crisps, fruit, you name it. I had a bit of fruit and Diet Coke before, because I don't like to eat too much before I go on stage. And there's me and my cousin just relaxing in there, just having a yap. And I'm kind of saying to my cousin, should we be in here? I think it might be the other green room. And then lo and behold, door opens. About 6 huge big men, like security guards.
As if he needs one.
Make this guard of honor. And in he walks, just that wide, just his shoulders. And he the stare he gave me and my cousin, like, yeah.
Did you do the impression in front of him then? You should have.
Terrified.
You did it in front of him?
We were told to leave.
Oh, wow.
And then the interviewer on stage said Al Foran was on beforehand, and he was doing impressions of different boxers and footballers, but he did one of you. And what did you think of it? He goes, yeah, I was watching in the back. I thought it was very funny. Well done to him. So it was just like,
yes, victory. He's not going to kill me.
Yeah. And then I met him again. I met him again, and he was nice. Just a little kind of brief little chat. You know, well done. But yeah, that was so scary. I just it's Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson walking through a door, and you're standing there and you're staring at him like it's. You know, it's the type of thing it's a Mike Tyson story in a sense, you know.
What did he say to you? You eating my fruit? Yeah.
Luckily, my cousin was there eating, and while he walked in, and I was just like, oh no.
Hey, what does the future hold for Al Foran then? How would you like to branch out, or what does it look like for you now?
Yeah, I'm still like I'm happy enough doing what I'm doing at the minute. Hopefully gigs can come back soon enough. Yeah. Ideally, yeah, the US is a market I am looking at, especially with the boxing impressions and the McGregor impersonations. It's something that I've been looking at for a very long time. The UK is actually my main market. That's, you know, that is my biggest market. That's before the pandemic. I was regularly flying over to either Manchester or London for gigs. So I mean, if I could, you know, somehow get into the US in some sort of way, it'd be fantastic. I'd love it.
Yeah, my good friend Kay Murray is working on a lot of UFC stuff with Sports Center up at ESPN. So I'll be passing on this video for sure. Keep it going, Al. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Impressionist Al, and then on Instagram Al Foran Comedy, TikTok if you want to include that.
Go on, why not?
It's getting banned. We're getting that out of here. It's really bad. It's not. Very sorry, Charlie D'Amelio. I'm sorry. TikTok is Al Foran Comedy, and the same with Facebook, Al Foran Comedy.
Love it. Hey, before we go, Man United, you're a fanatic. You must be delighted, are you?
I'm chuffed. I'm really happy. I mean, considering we were 15 points off Leicester in February, and I think we're, what was it? I think 4 points ahead of them now. Knocked them out of the top 4. Champions League next season. It was some turnaround. Bringing in Fernandes as well. He was a massive factor.
He was so good at Sporting for so long, Al. So good, but no one wanted him for some reason, or at least no one wanted to pay the Sporting asking price. And I remember my buddy Eric in Miami is a huge Sporting fan from Portugal. He's like, this guy is next level. Whoever spends the money on him is going to reap the rewards.
Yeah, he's just consistent. It's the thing about him is he can frustrate the hell out of you for 90 minutes, but he'll contribute to a goal in some way. You know, like he did that last night. You know, he scored the penalty. He played Martial through for the foul in the penalty box. Like he's the midfielder we've needed, and I think you know, we were heavily relying on Pogba to play in that position, to play in that number 10 role. And it didn't particularly suit him. And now with Pogba playing behind Bruno and then Matic kind of in that pivot, it's a perfect setup for United. But all they need now is a couple of new signings, a new midfielder, someone who can come in and someone who we can rotate Bruno or Pogba with, you know?
Yeah, okay. And if you were to ask Mike alone who that player should be, what would he say?
Well, of course, I mean, obviously, you're looking at some amazing players. I can't believe that's a real curveball you've hit me with there, Kev. Obviously, I hope they bring in the number 7 that's better than me, because I've been the best number 7 since Cristiano Ronaldo.
All right, well, if Mike alone can't answer, let me go to Manchester United's all-time leading goal scorer for a response on who Man United could bring in the off-season. Wayne Rooney, take it away.
I'm going to take up the whole time of your podcast, Kev. I think, obviously, Jadon Sancho is the signing to make. And then, obviously, maybe a Jack Grealish, but Villa looking for 80 million.
Too much, by the way. He doesn't fit United.
They can do one, absolutely. Maybe bring Wayne Rooney back.
There you go.
Do it for Derby in the Championship. Why not? No, Donny van der Beek.
Donny van der Beek. Interesting call. You're not having Declan Rice?
Oh, he'd be great. He'd be great. Replacement for Matic. And then, obviously, centre-half. Maybe a Romagnoli or Koulibaly.
Koulibaly's a great call. Great call. Al Foran, I love you. Honestly, you are an absolute gem of a human being. Keep going. Keep climbing. I love what you do. You always bring a laugh. And hopefully we've people listening in their cars or watching here on YouTube that have enjoyed this chat. So thank you so much for your time. Keep climbing,
My pleasure, Kev. Thank you, pal.
How good is Al Foran? Love that conversation and the impressions, absolute gold. Al, appreciate the time, buddy. Folks, follow Al on all his social media platforms, and while you're at it, click subscribe on Kicking Off with me, Kevin Egan. And if you have any suggestions for a guest for this show, hit me up on social media at Kev_Egan and let me know. Got a big one next week again. Cannot wait for it. Until then, ciao, ciao.